as Arsenal players and Mikel Arteta were keeping all their chains up after a 2-4 win against Aston Villa away from home, completing the comeback with more 2 goals in there for you. Manchester City players and the manager were discombobulated, meaning that they were really confused after that result in there for you. And after that game coming in there for you, as the match day has really come to an end, 8 games played today, and all of those 8 have seen Chelsea lose, Man City draw, Arsenal win, Liverpool win, Newcastle losing, obviously Fulham winning against Brighton, and very many others. Crystal Palace leveling away. I think Leeds have also gone ahead to win. So it shows you I think Everton has gone ahead to win against Leeds, and we're here to do what we call the player ratings of Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 4 here onto the Rokani Media Football. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Guys, there is a stat that I've just seen at Statement David. I said, why don't I come out and really give you this stat, because you need to know it. Arsenal fans, you guys had taken how many games without winning? Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to Arsenal fans all over the world, because this has been really worse for your side. Because look at this. Have a look at this. Where is it? Where is it? Please, come on. I want to show you to the viewers, because you guys are really great. But guys, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. All right. Guys, this is not Arsenal-like. This is not Arsenal-like, according to me. This is not Arsenal-like. According to how Arsenal started its season, you can't come out and really have a season like this. Very bad. And this is why Arsenal really needed these 3 points badly. And with the way they got them back, it was something great for them. Now, we've been told by Statement Dave that Arsenal have won their first game in 5 in all competitions. Can you imagine? They lost to City 1-0 in the FA Cup 4th round, lost to Everton 1-0 in the Premier League, draw with Brighton, lost to City, and they went ahead to win against a side known as Aston Villa. One will tell me that but VAR had bottled our season up because we had really won that game of football against Brentford, but obviously Lee Mason messed it up. You know, the bad thing with the game of football is that we are not backward facing. That's it. We don't look backwards. We just go in front. We're like a pig. A pig does not run going backwards. A pig never reverses. So in this game of football, we don't reverse look. That's it. So right now, Arsenal have gone ahead to win their first fixture in the first 5 games after winning against Manchester United at the Emirates by 3 goals to 2. Now, let's get to the player ratings, because we've said lots of things. I've done close to 3-4 videos concerning the Arsenal win and Man City loss. So I think I don't need to explain myself further. Let's go to the player ratings as they really went on to go. Aaron Ramsdale. Guys, I've seen people coming out and saying that he's supposed to be the England #1. This is something that I've always told people, that Ramsdale deserves to be the English #1. He's better than Nick Pope. You've seen what Nick Pope has seen today. He has really seen himself sent off the field of play in the first half and is out of the Carabao Cup final against Manchester United next Sunday. When you look at Jermaine Pickford, he's erratic. But Ramsdale has really shown us that at the age of 21-22, he's really one of those goalkeepers that Arsenal has to reckon with and obviously do the needful. Today he has kept Arsenal in the game. He made the most important save of the game. If he doesn't really put his fists, if Ado doesn't put his palm onto that shot of Leon Bailey, that ball goes at the back of the net. Because even after he put a palm onto that ball, it struck the crossbar and came back into play, and Saliba cleared it out. I believe 7.5 out of 10 for me. Out of those goals that really went in, no one he could save, because I think the defense let him down. On both occasions. But obviously, he had a very good game. He distributed the ball well, and I liked his composure. Obviously, the confidence he's having and playing with is really out of this world. That is Aaron Ramsdale. I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. Ben White, trying to improve. I think he was responsible for the first goal that Arsenal scored. Jorginho played him into a very good line-breaking pass towards the byline. He chipped that ball, and Edin Ketia comes in through, heads that ball, rattles off the crossbar and out until it went out to the goal kick of Aston Villa. He brought in close to 6 very good crosses off the byline, and he really played very well. Apart from him giving away that second goal, or being responsible for the second goal by committing himself a lot onto the touchline, other than being in the half space nearing the Tinners box area of Arsenal, I think there is nothing else that he did bad. Ben White, I think he did well, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. I'm giving him a 7 out of 10 for the Arsenal side, because he comes in through and puts in that chipping cross from the byline that Tyra Mings really heads into the 10-yard box area of Aston Villa, and it finds the unmarked Saka, and Saka hits it onto the back of the net. It shows you how good that cross was, and obviously poor decision-making of Tyra Mings really resulted into that goal. But Ben White brought to the creation of the most important goal that Arsenal got after conceding the 50th minute. They leveled 11 minutes later. 7.7 out of 10 for me for Ben White. I go to Alexandra Zinchenko. Guys, this guy is a leader. I've seen one of his speeches after this game of football, and he was like, there was no need for me to celebrate after leveling that game of football, because all what we needed was a win. And I told other players, let's go on and really looking for winning goal. 61st minute, he leveled the game of Arsenal. He played very well. Though he was responsible for the first goal, he came up and really leveled the game. And the two fullbacks of Arsenal were responsible for the 2 goals they conceded. The first one was Ben White. The first one was Zinchenko, and the second one was Ben White. But they really came back strong, and one contributed onto the first goal. The second goal was scored by Zinchenko, who really gives Arsenal a 1-0 goal down against Aston Villa. And Zinchenko really played very well, and this was his game by numbers, if at all you didn't know. He had 98 touches, 85% passing accuracy, 62 passes completed, 21 out of 27 final third passes completed, 6 ball recoveries, 5 out of 7 long balls completed, 2 out of 2 tackles, 2 ground duels won, and 1 goal. That is Zinchenko for you, and I'm getting him an 8 out of 10 for me. He deserves an 8 out of 10 for me, because he kept pushing, and amidst him giving away that goal, he never lost concentration. The confidence just continued to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow bigger and bigger as far as things were really concerned outside there. And obviously it was really another beautiful game of display by Alexandra Zinchenko, and it was really a very good display. 8 out of 10 for me for Alexandra Zinchenko, and obviously he closed down Leon Bailey very, very well. So guys, it's really another exciting game to go on and reanalyze and really rate the Arsenal players, because they look like this time around, I think it's one player who was average according to me, and you're going to get to know that player as soon as possible. Let's go to the central defense partnership of Arsenal. Let's go to Gabriel Magalhaes, looking nasty in the game of he was looking nasty in the game over Man City. He gifted lots. He gifted away. He gifted loads out, and obviously he found himself in a position of really causing even Arsenal a penalty. If at all it was not VAR that really caught Haaland offside, it would have been a different game of football altogether. But today I think he closed down Leon Bailey very well and looked solid. Sometimes he even got a chance to level the game when it was at 2-1. Very beautiful cross brought in. It was a corner delivered by it was a free kick delivered by Odegaard, and obviously he headed it over the bar. And I think he needs to look to where he's heading the ball of football, not just head anyhowly like he did today. I believe he's tall, and he's supposed to be winning most of the set pieces that Arsenal really get and deliver into the 10-yard box area of the opponent. But he finds himself really heading them over the bar because he doesn't give direction to that ball, and he never really steers where the ball is. So guys, as it stands, I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. From him coming from him coming out of a disastrous game against Man City, where I gave him a 4 out of 10. This time round, I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. I think it's not bad because adding 2.5 from being average, because 6.5 you're even beyond average, but he never really reached good for me to give him a 7. So I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Then let's go to William Saliba, solid, confident into that back four, though I think he would have done better on the first goal that Arsenal conceded, as Oli Watkins took him on. I think would have closed him well because he knew what he was all going to do. After doing that step over and really pulled that ball or added an extra touch on that ball, I think he would have done better onto that. But I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 7 out of 10 for William Saliba. He really did very well, but the defense conceding 2 goals, that makes me get goosebumps. Me are thinking of me giving him a 7.5 out of 10 or 8, but I think a 7 is not bad for him. Let's go to the midfield of Arsenal and talk about the man himself, Jorginho, sitting into that midfield as a single pivot player. Obviously, it was out of this world. It was out of this world and really looked great. That is a player known as Jorginho. And you guys, today, the best player in the field of play for Arsenal was Jorginho. He was Jorginho, and he's getting a rating that no one can even think I'm going to get him. Scoring the winner, to me, I believe it was his effort that deflects off the back of Emi Martinez to find itself in the back of the net. He released Ben White to create the first goal. He released Bukayo Saka. After releasing him, and they get a corner. That corner results into the second goal that leveled the game from Zinchenko. He had a pass he played to the byline to find Ben White, and Ben White brought in a very beautiful cross that found Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah headed it. It rattled off the crossbar. He had very many passes in the final third, and he really looked solid, and he protected the back four very well. None of the activities of Aston Villa were really orchestrated through the central axis where Jorginho was. He made it hard for them to play through the central midfield, and it was hard for them to act. And obviously, he is really a very good player, and I think very soon you're going to realize how good this player is. Now Jorginho's game by numbers: 90 touches completed, 70 passes completed, joint most, 5 duels won, 3 tackles made, 3 possessions won, 2 chances created, and 1 shot on goal that resulted into the third goal that really puts Arsenal ahead ever since the game started. And I'm giving him an 8 point. I'm giving him a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for me. That's what I'm giving Jorginho, because he was really majestic into that game of football, and he really made the midfield of Aston Villa look very, 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 very abysmal, and it was below average. It was banger average, and that is the effect of Jorginho when you're having him on the field of play. Let's go to Granit Xhaka, another player that played into the midfield alongside Jorginho. I think he had a very sloppy game. Nothing is needed to explain about him. That's why I've been calling in for him to be benched and let the likes of Emily Smith throw or Fabio Vieira coming through. And Arteta knows it, that he's not press resistant. He needs to have another midfielder who is press resistant. That's why if Partey returns, I don't drop Jorginho. I drop Xhaka. I play Partey, Jorginho, and Odegaard because Partey is good going forward. I let Partey exploit more spaces in the advanced position of the midfield. Then I bench a player called Granit Xhaka into that game of football as it stands. Now, Xhaka, 6 out of 10 for me. He doesn't deserve any further than that. 6 out of 10 for me goes to Granit Xhaka. Let's go to Bukayo Saka, another player that really impressed today, scoring the first goal. He was the most fouled player in the field of play. His ankle was really rattled a lot, and he was stepped onto a lot, and because Aston Villa knew his damage, and even if you really do all that, you won't stop him from really scoring. But I believe he needs to stop being selfish. There are times he needs to put in cutbacks, and he doesn't. and sometimes he goes in for selfish efforts. Close to 3 times I saw him going in for a curling effort, and obviously he didn't. Even that ball that saw him really go down for the last time on field of play, I think at the beginning of the second half, that cutback that comes in through from the left wide area to find him unmarked, I think you shouldn't force to go in for a shot. You get? Compose yourself, because he can really take off players. Compose yourself and really do the execution beautifully, because he has everything in him. So I'm giving Saka a 7.5 out of 10 for me today. 7.5 out of 10 for Bukayo Saka. And his game by numbers was as follows: 83 touches, 10 ground duels won, very many, 4 out of 5 tackles won, 3 do balls completed, 3 ball recoveries, and 1 goal. Bukayo Saka for you, trying to put in his 17th goal involvement in the season for the side of Arsenal. We go to Trossard. I think he had a very good game, though most of Arsenal fans won't really know what his role was, but he really played a very fundamental role in this game of football, switching the game from left to right, doing the hold-up play very well, and obviously being patient, dictating play. That's why you need a player like him, because he won't make a decision that is not helping the team. But Martinelli sometimes decides to go into a forest of legs, and people just gather around him, very many, and he can't go past them through. So I believe Trossard, 6.5 out of 10 for me. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10 for me. Very good for him, and he really had his first start for Aston. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Let's go to Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard had a very beautiful game today. He really looked a threat, and you knew that he is the magic that is going to be unleashed to see to it that a team of Arsenal really gets something out of the game. He was involved in the second goal, that dribble he makes from the byline that results into a corner, and it was a corner. They played him the ball at the byline, and then he cuts inside and really passes that ball to find Zinchenko. Zinchenko majestically hit that ball, obviously, into the lower bottom corner. What an exquisite finish by Alexander Zinchenko to make it 2-2 with a side known as Arsenal. And now Odegaard's game by numbers: 93% passing accuracy, 72 touches, 7 key passes, 4 ball recoveries, 3 ground duels won, 2 out of 2 dribbles completed, 2 out of 2 long balls completed, 2 big chances created, and 1 assist for the Odegaard guy. And he missed out on a sitter, you know that very well, but I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for me. He really put in a very good effort. That is a player called Martin Odegaard. And his assist today and the chances created put him up there into the region of those players that are really gone ahead to really do the needful and really creating very many chances or create big chances in the Premier League. And most key passes made in a single Premier League game this season: Bruno Fernandes had 9, Salah and Kieran Trippier had 8, Andreas Pereira, Morgan Gibbs-White, Jack Harrison, Brendan Harrison, and Martin Odegaard 7. The creativity on this list. So it shows you how much Odegaard is really trying to really match up these stats of the people that are really coming in to really take him to the next level, and obviously he's putting in a very beautiful display. Edin Ketia, 6.5 out of 10 for me. I think he's the reason as to why Aston is struggling game in, game out. He gets chances, he doesn't utilize them. That is why very many Arsenal fans are really calling in for the return of Gabriel Jesus as up, because we know what Jesus brings to the side of Arsenal. He brings in a lot of quality, he brings in lots of things that we know, and Edin Ketia can't really match up to this man. So I'm giving Edin Ketia 6.5 out of 10. Martinelli, 7 out of 10. I'm giving him an 8. I had forgotten. An assist and a goal. The third and second goal, it's because of Gabriel Martinelli. So I'm giving him an 8 out of 10, by the way. He deserves an 8. You get? Scores 1, creates 1. Good impact player from the bench. Then Fabio Vieira with the assist for the 4th goal. Played very well. 7 out of 10 for me. Then Tomiyasu came in through and really was solid again. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Kieran Tierney, 6.5 out of 10. And who else came on? I think Rob Holding also came on through to really put a very watertight defense to stop Villa from really scoring against Arsenal. So guys, those were my player ratings. The manager of Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, 7.5 out of 10 for me. 7.5 out of 10 for me, and I'm calling for more changes. He needs to make more changes. Gabriel Magalhaes, it's time for Kivio to get some playing time. Then Xhaka should be sat down, and Nketiah should be sat down. Let Martinelli lead the line, Trossard play wide, and then this guy will come in later around the 65th minute to go in and play some 30 or 20 minutes, because it looks like he's really misusing and misplacing very many chances that Arsenal are really creating. All right, my man of the match is Jorginho. And go into the comment section and tell me who your man of the match was in this fixture that ended 2 Aston Villa for Arsenal. Arsenal coming from behind twice, and obviously they added more too to win the beautiful game of football. Good night. Cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus. Unless there will be a breaking story, that's when I'll return. But I've called it a day because I've done close to 6 videos today, or 7 on this channel. Goodbye. Good night. See you tomorrow, guys, because you guys are really great and you've made my day blazing. I'm out. But remember, tomorrow United is playing Leicester City. We are going to be on United Matters channel, my other channel that does strictly Manchester United. Then Tottenham Hotspur is playing West Ham in another London derby. Obviously, we'll be here letting you know what the results are really going to be. Bye-bye.